The moment of truth. It works. It works. This is amazing. Okay. This is so awesome. I have never done a live stream before, so this will be interesting. I'm just going to wait until people join. Let's see how many we can get. And I'm going to upload a story to my Instagram to tell everyone that I'm live. She's live. We're alive. I'm just gonna go in here. Let me see. What is happening? Welcome. Hello. Yes, it says I'm live. Okay. It says I'm live. Let's see. Oh, this is so cool. I've never been live before. Okay, and we'll put this here on my... How do I do this? This is so new. Okay, I need to link. I'm gonna put in join my first live stream. Yes. Okay, sent. See if anyone joins. If they don't, that's fine too. But hopefully someone will join. Let's see. Still no one. Hello? Hello? Welcome to the live, if you're watching. Or maybe you're not, I don't know. Let's see, just gonna wait for it to load. Just gonna wait to see if other people want to join. I have to wait and see. Amazing, okay, there are 2 people. This is awesome. Hello, I'm Michaela, and this is my first ever Learn with Michaela English live. And I thought it would be fun to do something like this. I thought about it for a while, but I'm quite a nervous person, so we will see how this goes, but hopefully it will be interesting, entertaining, a lot of fun, and of course, English related. So today is just about learning English, speaking with confidence, and having fun. Those are the 3 criteria. Those are the 3 criteria. Yes. But yeah, so I'll just wait for a couple more people, see if anyone else joins. It would be lovely if you could comment your name. Let's see. It's nice to meet you. Welcome to our first ever English live class. Wait, let me say that again. Welcome to our first ever English live class. See, even as a native, I make mistakes all the time. So tell me in the comments, what is your name? Where are you from? And how are you today? I hope you are doing well. I'm excited to see if anyone comments. I've never done a live. I wonder if we'll get any comments. Nothing yet. I'll introduce myself. So my name is Michaela. I am from England, and today I feel really happy. I've had a day of teaching lessons, and now I'm doing this live lesson, and it's just been a really nice day. And what about you? What's your name? Where are you from? How are you today? Let me know in the comments. I look forward to reading all of the comments. Every single one I will respond to. Indeed. So, I don't think anyone's going to comment right now, but that's okay because maybe later there'll be comments. So, I'm just going to jump into talking about hobbies. There are so many hobbies you can do in general, and these are a few that I think are very common among many people. Myself, I really like painting, I like art, I love drawing, although I don't get much time for it these days, but I really love drawing. And I used to study art, so fun fact about me. And I also love reading, especially novels like Charles Dickens and what else can I say? I really like reading novels in French, quite old school. So looking at novels like by Victor Hugo, I really love Les Miserables, but I like the English and French version. So yeah, loads of hobbies. Cooking is not my best quality, should we say, but I try. But I really enjoy baking. And dancing, I do like dancing. Am I a good dancer? Absolutely not. But I do like dancing. Photography, I like taking pictures, but I am no professional. And hiking, I like walking, but the idea of walking up mountains and huge hills scares me. Although I would really love to climb a mountain one day, just to say I did it, you know? What about you? Do you have any hobbies? Let me know in the comments. It would be so lovely to hear what you like to do in your free time. And let's see how many people we've got. We've only got one person at the moment. Okay. So let me know what your hobbies are. What are your hobbies? In fact, I'm going to see if I can make another post. Oh, someone's messaged me on Instagram. They say, with pity is that I tell you I won't be joining your live stream today. I'll be in the next one. Good luck. That's so nice. Thank you so much. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say who sent that to me, but it's one of my followers on Instagram, so you know who you are. Thank you very much. That's really, really kind of you. I don't want to name drop, just in case you would rather not have your name on the internet. But thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So we'll just wait a few more minutes to see if anyone else joins. This is so fun. Although I must admit, it's really strange, doing this live. But it's cool. I like it. But it's strange. It's strange. Okay. Yeah, this is cool. Okay. So I'm going to continue. So it doesn't matter. If no one joins, that's cool too, because this is the first time I'm trying it and I just want to make sure it works well, and then future lessons will be easier and better. And comment the best time zone for you, so that I know, or comment the best time in your time zone for you so that I know when could be best to do a live stream in the future, because I think that would be really, really cool. So, food and cooking. I really love food, because don't we all? We all love food, but I am too passionate about food. I love fried food, baked food, blended food, roasted food, you name it, I love food. So these are some foods that are well, not foods, these are some verbs that are very common that we use for food and cooking in English. So, fry, this is particularly for eggs, usually. So, you can fry eggs or fry bacon. Boil, this is when you've got those little bubbles in the water. That's boiling. Usually, you can boil eggs. Bake, I love baking cookies or baking cakes. Baking is when you put something in the oven to cook. Blend, this is when you mix the food around in a huge blender. And roast, this is also in the oven, but traditionally roasting takes a longer time. It's usually a lot slower. Chop, you usually have to use a utensil to chop food. And whisk, this is when you whisk eggs, for example, or whisk a cake batter. The batter is what you are going to put into the oven. So those are some great food and cooking verbs. So let me know in the comments, what do you like to cook and what foods do you like? Do you like baking? Do you like frying eggs? Do you blend food to make soups? Or do you blend when you are making a juice? What do you do? And I'm going to see if there's anyone else that joins. There's now 3 people. This is crazy. Oh my goodness. There's so many people. Okay. Yeah, so yes. So what do you like to cook? Let me know in the comments. What do you like to cook? In terms of cooking, I'm not a huge fan of cooking, but I really love baking. So I often bake cakes. I like to bake an orange cake, for example, or lemon drizzle cake. And I also make cupcakes a lot of the time. So that's something else I really love to do. I like to roast meat. Ah, that's so awesome. I also love to roast meat. I think it's great to do that, although I'm not very good at roasting it. That's amazing. That's great. Thank you for your comment. This is so cool. My first comment. And hi. Someone called Daniela. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Hi. Thank you for joining. And boil, you boil food? Okay, that's great. That's great. I'm going to go back and just talk about hobbies again now that I've got a few people here. So, what hobbies do you like? I personally really love painting. I love reading. I like photography, although I am rubbish at taking good pictures. But those are a few things that I really enjoy. What about you? What are your hobbies? What do you like to do in your free time? Let me know in the comments section. What do you like to do in your free time? This is so nice. There's so many people. There's 3 people. Okay, this is so wild to me. This is, when I say, okay, so wild to me, it means crazy. This is insane. I like to play football and video games. Awesome. I also love those things too. Although I'm not very good at football and I'm rubbish at video games, but I usually go to watch my boyfriend play football on the weekends. And I'm not very good at video games, but when I was younger, I used to play on my DS. I used to play on like the Nintendo DS. Some little, I don't even know if you can call it video games, but little games that you would insert into the machine. I don't know if that's still a thing, but it was pretty cool at the time. I love painting and reading. Oh, that's so nice. What do you paint? And what books do you like reading? Do you read in English? What books do you read? Do you read in English? This is so cool. Does anyone like dancing? I liked dancing when I was younger, but I found it easy to get injured. I'm quite prone to accidents, or accident prone. That means it's easy for me to have an accident. Prone, it means easy. Let me know in the chat. Oh, this is awesome. There are so many people. There's 3 people. This is great. I'm so happy. I honestly didn't expect anyone to join. Thank you so much. This is awesome. Okay. Well, I'm going to move on to the next slide, looking at travel. So travel in English, we have a lot of different ways to talk about travel. But these are some of the keywords that we think of when we talk about travel. Airport, the place you go to, of course, so that you can travel by air. Ticket, this is what you need to get on a plane, a train, a bus, or any sort of transport, really. Hotel, this is where you can stay, although there are other options. You could stay in an Airbnb, a hostel. Usually a hostel is a little bit cheaper because there's usually shared bathrooms or shared accommodation, so shared living space. Destination, this is when you arrive where you want to be. Suitcase, to pack everything that you need. And map, this is, well, what people used in the past, an actual physical map to see where they were going, but nowadays we all have Google Maps or Apple Maps, so we don't really use traditional maps. But where do you like to travel to? Where have you travelled in the past? Let me know in the comments. Where have you been? Where have you travelled to? And where are you from? I'm really curious. Oh, I've got a few. Ah, there's 4 people. This is so exciting. There's 4 people. I read in Spanish. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, so you read in Spanish. That's really, really good. I would encourage you to read in English. Just a little bit. You can start with a nice easy book. It doesn't matter, even if it's a children's book. It does not matter. What matters is trying to use it in the language. That is the main thing. So I would definitely encourage you to do that if you can. I'm from Brazil. Oh, that's amazing. Renan or Renan, sorry if I'm saying that wrong. I apologize. Thank you for joining. And thank you for saying that. Always, siempre apoyando, muy bien live. So always supporting. Very good live. Thank you so much. I'm from Mexico and I have traveled to Cancun. That's great. That's amazing. What was your favorite part of traveling to Cancun? I'm really interested. I have never been to that place. Let me know. I'm from Venezuela. Venezuela! Amazing. Do you live in Venezuela? What's life like in your home countries? What's life like in Mexico and Venezuela? I'm from Turkey. Amazing. Okay, I went to Turkey. How old was I? Oh my goodness, I was really young. I was maybe 11 or 12, and I went to the tourist part, Antalya, I believe it's called, and I stayed in a resort. A resort is a place where there's usually activities, and there's a hotel, there's food, there's swimming pools. It was all in one resort, and it was such an amazing experience, but it was so hot. I remember we went in the height of the summer, so the peak of the summer, and it was so hot. Honestly, I was so sunburned, but I went twice. It was really, really nice. Oh my goodness, there are 5 people. Thank you for joining. This is so amazing. Oh my goodness. I'm so overwhelmed because I genuinely thought it would just be me. Thank you so much. I'm loving your videos so much. I'm learning a lot. Thank you so much. I'm trying to bring out a new video every single Thursday. Sometimes it might be the Friday, but I am trying my very best to get you those videos. because I want to help as many people as possible. And let me know if you have any video suggestions in the comments. I have no problem at all making short videos or long videos if it's a longer topic. I'm here to help you. That's my aim. That's what I'm here for. So whatever you need, let me know. The beach and nightlife of Cancun is the best part. Ah, really? Okay. I imagine that the beaches are absolutely beautiful. I would love to travel there someday. And the nightlife, is that in terms of nightclubs, or are there fireworks displays? Is there evening entertainment? What's your favourite part of that? I'm really curious to know. This is so awesome. Oh my goodness, thank you guys. Thank you so much. I'm going to continue with the class. Of course, feel free to keep commenting. I'm loving hearing about your lives and about what you love to do, where you're from. Put them in the comments. I love reading them. So I'm going to teach a little bit of grammar, but please don't panic, okay? You can always revisit this after the live, and I will try to go as slowly as possible because there is a lot of confusion between do and make. So I'm here to clear the air, so to make it easier. So do is generally used for actions, tasks, or work. Activities, jobs, or things you perform. It is not about creating something physical. For example, I do homework every evening. She does the cleaning on Saturdays. With do, it's usually things you have to do, not things you want to do. That's not always the case, but I would give you that as a general rule. If you have to do it, it's most likely do. Okay, so I'll just leave that up a couple of minutes. I'm just going to see if anyone's commented anything else. Maybe a video about airports would be amazing. Of course, I would happily make that for you. I can definitely do that for you. I'll write that down and make sure that I make a video on that. And keep taking daily idiom videos. They're really helping. That's wonderful to hear. I am so glad that the idiom videos are helping you. That makes me so joyful because it has been a pleasure making them. I must admit, yesterday it got to about 9:30 at night and I realised I forgot to make the video, so I quickly made the video, but I'm trying my very best to do it every day. I really don't want to forget a single day. That's the challenge, to not forget to make a video for a single day. And of course, I've already made today's video. I've just got to publish it after the live. But yes, don't worry, I haven't forgotten day 30. So that's so amazing. This is useful. I always get confused with do and make. Yes, it is so confusing. It can be really, really difficult to tell the difference. They are quite difficult verbs because in a lot of languages, like in Spanish, they are the same. They use the verb hacer. So that makes it really difficult for speakers of Spanish and other languages that have a similar problem. Not a similar problem, but a similar difficulty, should we say. So that's why it's a little bit confusing in English. But I hope it helps, this live. I really hope it's helping. That's really great. So we will move on to the next slide. So do, remember, is for actions, tasks, or work. So things we usually have to do. Do a job, do homework, do the washing, do the drying up, do the dishes. All of those are examples of do. We also use do for general activities or non-specific things. So if it's general and not creating something new, we use do. For example, do the shopping. Buying groceries is the activity. Do exercise or yoga. Yoga is the activity itself, okay? So sometimes we can say, I am going to do the shopping. I am going to do the dishes. because it's an activity. Washing the dishes is an activity. Or I'm going to, what else could I give you an example? I'm going to do the drying up, or I'm going to, what else could I tell you? I'm going to do, it's quite difficult now that I think about it. But do is for action, task, and routine. That is one of the crucial things to think about, okay? See if you can comment a sentence using do. Give it a try. I'll leave it up on the screen, okay? So see if you can comment a sentence using do. This is useful. I was confused. See if you can comment a sentence using do. Do. This is so amazing. There's still 4 of you here. I'm so glad to have you here. Thank you. Thank you for not leaving. I hope it's really helpful. I really do. Because my plan is, if this is if this is a success, my plan is to try and do a live around this time every Friday. That would be the plan. I do the laundry. Excellent. Really nice example. Feel free to comment your examples if you've got any more. You could say, I do the cleaning. That's another one. Or you could also say, for example, I do, what could we say? I would say this one's a bit easier when we're talking about what it's generally used for. She does work, I guess. You could say that too. I do the grocery. Excellent, yes. But grocery in this case is plural. Because unless you're going to the shop to buy one thing, I'm assuming you're going to buy lots of different foods. So we would say I do the groceries. So it would be IES, not Y. But excellent example. Really well done. And don't be afraid to comment. This is really great. I do the homework. You can say I do the homework. If you use the, it's very specific. So if you use the, you're acting very specific in that moment. You're saying I'm doing, I don't know, the homework that was set by my teacher for French or for Spanish or for English, for example. However, you can just say I do homework, because do homework is in general. So you can use it specifically, but if you're going to say I do the homework, you usually need some more explanation as to what the homework is, if that makes sense. I don't know. You're doing great. Please don't worry. We're all here to learn, okay? You're doing an amazing job. Thank you so much for commenting. Okay, I will now move on to make. So make is generally used for creating or producing something. So if you create, produce, or cause something, you make, okay? That's what we're going to use, make. So, some examples. I made a cake yesterday. She made a painting. We made a video for our class. He made a mistake. These are all examples of make, okay? And they are all past tense. So as you can see here, they are all DE instead of KE, okay? So these are the past simple tense. But of course, if you're talking in the present moment, you can use make. You can say, I make a cake, or I am going to make a cake, if it's something you are going to do in the near future. See if you can comment an example using make. So make is all about creation. Do is about activity, or it can be to do with creating or produce. It can also be to do with actions, tasks, or work. Okay, so think of it as do is something you have to do. Make is something you want to do or would like to do. Okay, it's not correct. I make homework. Unfortunately, no, it's not correct to say I make homework. I make homework doesn't work. The reason why is because when you are doing homework, Sorry, I had to use do there. When it's homework, we use do. And the reason we use do is purely because it's usually something that we don't want to do. And it's an activity. It's an action. It's a task. And with tasks, we use do. Because homework tasks, sometimes you put tasks after it. I'm sorry, I hope you don't hear the rain. It's raining a lot right now. I hope you can hear me clearly. Please let me know if you can hear me clearly. Or if you can hear the rain, let me know. But yes, so it's incorrect to say I make homework. It's correct to say I do homework. Okay? Any other questions? Let me know. Let me know. See if you can make a sentence using make. And thank you so much. Oh my goodness, there are 5 of you here. This is awesome. Thank you so, so much for joining this live. I feel a lot more confident having people. This is awesome. Thank you so much. Let me know if you have any questions. So I make a cake. I make a painting. I make a piece of artwork. I make progress as well. We'll get onto that. So that's a little bit more complicated. We'll look at that in just a moment. But see if you can comment an example using make. You're all doing amazing, guys. This live is awesome. We're already going. I don't know how much time this live is going. 30 minutes already. Wow. Okay, we're going half an hour already. Thank you, guys. Okay. I will now move on to the second part of make. Make is also used for expressions and decisions. We can use many fixed expressions with make as well. We can use make a decision. This means to choose something. Make a plan. This means to plan an event. Make a phone call. Call someone. And make friends. Start a friendship. So a quick tip, think of make as create, produce, cause something new to occur. That's the main reason we use it. So do is for things we have to do, not necessarily want to do. It's about activity and task or work. Make is about being creative. It's about creating, producing, causing something new to happen. Okay, see if you can comment using make. An example using make. Let me check the comments, okay? I made an English progress today. Very close, amazing work. You're so close. But the only slight error, is we say I made English progress. No an. The reason why is because progress is uncountable. You can't count progress unless you quantify it. So you say, I made a little bit of progress, for example. Or I made an exceptional amount of progress, which means a lot of progress. But unless you quantify it, there's no way to use an in that sentence, if that makes sense. Because progress is uncountable. We don't know how much progress we are talking about. Okay, I hope that helps. But excellent example. The example would be, I made English progress. Really good. Okay, I made a sculpture. Excellent. Really nice. Good. I make videos. Amazing. Yes, I do make videos. And do you make videos? That sounds amazing if you do. If you do make videos, that sounds really cool. Awesome. Thank you so much. Okay. Really good. Some really good examples. So here, I'm now going to talk about a few slightly more challenging examples that I see mistakes in on a day-to-day basis as an English teacher. We say do homework. Homework is a task, not creating something new. Make the bed. You make the bed, you organise, you arrange it. Unfortunately, this is an exception. We're not creating the bed in this case, but we use make. It's one of those weird, quirky exceptions that we have in English. We also say make a cake. You physically create the cake. Make a mistake. You don't do a mistake, you make a mistake. Because a mistake is produced or caused by another factor. We say do the shopping. Shopping is an activity, so we can use do. Do an exercise. You perform the exercise, okay? The reason here, in theory, you can say do exercise, which talks about exercise in general, okay? So if I say I'm going to do exercise, it means I'm going to do many different exercises. I could be using my arms first and then my legs, those sorts of things. But if I say do an exercise, I'm talking about one particular exercise. So perhaps I'm going to do arm weights, and I will say I'm going to do an exercise because we're talking about one. So exercise is one of those weird words that is both countable and uncountable depending on the way you use it. We also say make a plan. This means you create a plan. And do a favor. You perform the action of helping someone. Okay, and sometimes it's not something you necessarily want to do, but you do it out of the kindness of your heart. So for that reason, we say do a favor. Feel free to comment any more examples you might have. I'm happy to check them and make sure that they are correct for you. There's now 4 people here. Thank you so much. I appreciate it a lot. I'm really grateful to you guys. Thank you. Let me know if you've got any questions about do or make. This is what I'm here for, to help you, okay? I'll leave it up a couple more minutes just so that you can make any notes if you want to, or of course this live will be recorded and on YouTube, so you can just go ahead and watch it again whenever you want. My water bottle always makes a huge noise. I don't know why. Sorry. Yes. There's 5 of you. Thank you so much. This is amazing. So yeah, do versus make. These are some of them. Okay. Let me know if you've got any questions about these. I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you guys. Okay, I'm going to continue with the teaching now. So, the memory tips I would advise you to remember. Do is for action, work, or tasks. Think chores, homework, exercise. Make is for creating, producing, or causing. Think food, art, decisions, plans. These are all things that we use to talk about with make. A mini trick to remember: if it's physical creation, it's usually make. Of course, there are some exceptions, but it's usually make. If it's a general activity, we usually use do. Okay? I really hope this helps and clears the confusion. I think everything is clear for me. Excellent, wonderful. I'm so glad. In a moment, we're going to try an exercise. So you'll have to comment your answers in the chat. So make sure that you've got all of this in your mind for the next exercise, okay? But you guys are being amazing, okay? So do is for actions, work, tasks, make, create, produce, and cause. Of course, in English, be aware there are always exceptions. Unfortunately, the language is by no means straightforward. So if you have any doubts, feel free to comment them on this video or on other videos that you may see, because it is sometimes just because. Sometimes we don't even have a reason why it is do or make. But these are the general rules. These are the general rules. Okay. So we'll now take a little look at an exercise. So type in the chat or the comments which is correct, do or make. You can just write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll go through the answers in a few minutes, but see if you can decide do or make. Be aware, some of them might need to be in the past form. So the past simple of do is did, and the past simple of make is made with de, Okay, so just be aware of that, guys. In fact, I'm going to type it in the chat for you, okay? So I'm going to put the past, because some of them you might need the past. The past simple of do is did, okay? The past simple of make is made, okay? But see if you can get all of the correct answers. That's what I'm looking for. See if it's all clear. And if it's not clear, I will go through it again to make sure that I'm helping you as much as possible. So the past simple of do is did. The past simple of make is made. Okay? I hope that helps. So type in the chat, comment your answers. Do or make. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'll give you a few minutes to see if you can get the answers. I'm having a lot of fun. I hope you are too. I hope you're enjoying this live. Do or make. Do or make. Remember, do is for activity or action or task. Make is for creation or producing something or causing something to occur or to happen. See if you can get the answers. I'll give you a few minutes. Thank you so much. There's 3 of you here. If you're just joining, we are looking at do and make. And I'm asking you to type in the chat your answers. Is it do or make for each one? And some of them might be the past simple, which could be did or made. See if you can get the right answers. Okay, I've got one answer already. I'm just going to wait a minute or 2 more, okay, and then I will answer them, okay? Just give it a couple more minutes just to see if anyone else is going to comment theirs, because there are 3 people here, so hopefully the other 2 will comment too. This is so fun. I honestly didn't expect anyone to join. This is amazing. Thank you. Thank you for the support. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. It helps me to help you. So yes, do or make. Do or make. She made a delicious pasta for dinner. Excellent. That's the right answer. Well done. Good. Okay, I will now go through all the answers. So, I need to do the dishes. Do. Well done if you got the correct answer. The correct answer is do. Number 2, she made a delicious pasta for dinner. Well done, Daniela. You got that correct. Well done. And I don't know how to say this. El perro estaba. I hope I said that correctly. Well done. You also got the first one correct. But the second one is going to be, well, you can use make in the present simple, but you would have to say makes, okay? Because it's the third person singular. So it's she makes with S, okay? So you can say she makes a delicious pasta for dinner, or you can say she made a delicious pasta for dinner. For number 3, you can say they do their homework after school, or they did their homework after school. Well done. You also got that one correct. They did their homework after school. Excellent. We made a plan for the weekend. So this one, well done again. You got that correct. Well done. So this is we made a plan for the weekend. Number 5, can you do me a favor? Excellent. This is one of those difficult ones on that slide, so well done for remembering. Can you do me a favor? Because it's something you're offering, someone's asked you to do. So it's kind of a semi-obligation. You feel weird if you don't accept it, okay? And he made a mistake in the test. You can say, yes, okay, so this one you wrote did. That's absolutely fine. So it's actually made a mistake. I'm going to go back and show you why. So we use made because mistake is produced or caused. Okay, so we use made here. Okay. I hope everything is clear. Does anyone have any questions? Let me know if you've got any questions, guys. If not, I will move on. You're doing excellently. So I need to do the dishes. She made a delicious pasta for dinner. They did their homework after school. We made a plan for the weekend. Can you do me a favor? He made a mistake in the test. Sorry, I read it wrong. Yeah, he made a mistake in the test. Good. Okay, we will now move on. So I'm going to teach you some useful British expressions. I've got 8 really common English expressions, and I think they will be really useful if you want to one day visit England, or if you're just interested in my accent, the British accent. So the first one, you're right. This means, hello, how are you? This isn't usually a real question. The correct answer is, yeah, you. So if someone asks you, you're right, they're expecting you to respond, yeah, you, okay? So this is a really common expression. When I was in the UK, I lived in Ipswich, which is around close to the Essex area. And in Essex, they talk with an accent like this. You're right. So it sounds very different to how I would pronounce it, but it's also a very common expression in the whole of the UK in general, but particularly in that region. So it's a really useful expression. Another expression we have is not bad. This means good. So we almost never say great. We don't say, I'm doing great, thanks for asking. We say, I'm okay, or not bad. Not bad means I'm doing good. I'm okay. All right, so it's a really, really useful expression to know. Everything is clear. Fantastic. I'm so glad that everything is clear. Thank you so much for all being here. This is really nice. Okay, so these are 2 really useful expressions. So you're right is usually a greeting, and not bad can be a response to you're right as well. So they're really useful expressions. Okay, another couple that we have, fair enough. This means, okay, I accept that, makes sense. And cheers, this means thanks or goodbye or toast. Context is everything in English. So cheers, you can say like, cheers for coming to my party, for example, like thank you for coming to my party. Or goodbye, like cheers, see you later, goodbye, see you later. Or we can use it to toast. So this is, for example, after someone gives a speech, perhaps at a wedding or a special birthday ceremony or in church, usually after the toast, or someone will say, I'm going to make a toast. And then afterwards, everyone says cheers and they all put their glasses together and then drink. So context is everything in English. Let me know if you've got any questions. So fair enough, it means I'm okay, you know. Or for example, I get this one from my brother a lot. For example, I'll say to him, how are you? He'll go, I'm okay, thanks. How are you? And I'll go, not bad. And I will say, what are you doing? And he will say, I'm working. And I will say, that's great. And he will say, what are you doing? And I will say, I'm just working too. He'll go, fair enough. I accept that. Makes sense. You know, Monday to Friday, we do generally work. So it makes sense in that way. Okay, Perfect. Another couple of expressions. These ones are really, really common in the UK. I might pop by or I might pop in. This means I may visit briefly. Okay, I may visit briefly. For example, I might pop in and see my grandma. I might go and see my grandma for an hour. Usually, if you're popping in to visit someone, you're going for an hour, more or less. You're more or less visiting them for an hour. But if you're saying I might pop in the shops, this means very quick. This could be 5-10 minutes. This could be, I just need bread and cheese. Usually just a couple of bits. I might pop in the shops. But if you're visiting someone, it's our custom to at least go for an hour. So we would say, I might pop in and see my grandma. In that case, you're basically estimating to see her for about an hour. I'll bear it in mind. This means I probably won't do it. I hear this a lot in the UK. If someone says to you, I can help you with this, that's the other thing, they'll say, I'll bear it in mind. I probably won't ask for your help, but I'll keep it in my head. So that's a really common one as well. Let me know if you've got any questions about these expressions as I'm going through them, okay? Or if you've got some examples, put them in the chat. I love reading your examples. Excellent. Okay. And the last two I'm going to give you, that's interesting. This means I don't agree or I don't like it. For example, let's say someone makes a dinner for you and you say, thank you. And you're halfway through eating it and you don't want to be mean. You don't want to say, I don't like it. So you will say, that's an interesting flavour. And it's an indirect way of saying, I don't really like it, but I'm going to continue eating it because I don't want to be rude. But it also tells the other person that you don't necessarily like what they've cooked you, but in a polite enough way that they won't get angry. I'll let you know. This means no, politely. For example, let's say someone says to you, can I please borrow your car next weekend? And you don't want them to borrow your car, but you don't want to say no either because you would feel rude. So you might say something like, next weekend, I might be a bit busy. I might need to use my car to go and get the kids from their grandparents' house, so I'll let you know. In other words, you're saying, I'm busy, I need my car. It's a no, but you're saying it very politely. I'll let you know. Really lovely phrase. British people use so much the irony no. Yes, we do use a lot of irony. Unfortunately, we're very idiomatic and ironic people. We have a lot of double, triple, quadruple meanings to words and phrases. It makes it really difficult for people who aren't native speakers to interpret everything we're saying because of that. But that's why I'm here to help you. So don't worry, we're going to make it a lot easier in that sense. Let me know if you've got any other questions. Okay, we're going to try a little quiz. Yes, okay, we're going to try a little quiz. So I've got 2 questions here. You've got to choose A, B, C or D for each one. So question 1, a British person says, you're right. What do they mean? Is it A, you look ill? B, are you emotionally okay? C, hello, how are you? Or D, something is wrong. Okay, that's your first question. And number 2, someone says not bad. What is the real meaning? Is it terrible? Okay, good, perfect, or angry? Let me know in the comments. I'll give you a couple of minutes to think. Let's see. I had never heard these expressions before. Crying face. Don't cry, don't worry. These expressions are very native level and they are so useful. but they are difficult, so don't worry. These are expressions you would not know without a native, okay? So these are great expressions to learn today. Really, really well done for being here and for learning them. Okay. Someone's already commented their answers. I'm just going to wait to see if anyone else wants to comment. So you've got to choose A, B, C, or D for question 1, A, B, C, or D for question 2. I'll wait a couple more minutes. What does "you all right" mean? What does "not bad" mean? You're all doing so well. Thank you so much for sticking in the live. I'm having a lot of fun doing this live. It's so lovely to have you guys here. Thank you so much, honestly. Comment your answers. You're all doing so well. I'll wait a minute or so more. Okay, I'll give you the answers. A British person says, "You all right?" What do they mean? Drumroll, please. I have no drums, but we're going to say we do. It means, "Hello, how are you?" C, letter C. Well done if you got that correct. And number 2, someone says, "Not bad." What is the real meaning? The answer is, drumroll please, I can't do it. It means B. Okay, good. Well done if you got them right in the comments, and as well if you are watching after this live, well done if you got them correct too. I will just take a little look at the comments. Well done everyone, you got them correct. Excellent, good job. Okay, quiz time, a little bit more, 2 more. Question 3. I'll let you know. What does this usually mean? Is it A, yes, definitely? B, maybe soon? C, probably no? Or D, I forgot? And question 4. We haven't studied this phrase today. This is a challenge. Do you know it or not? Okay, don't worry if you don't know it. I'm going to give you the answer, of course, but this is a very, 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 very almost everyday, daily phrase we will say in English. Fancy a cuppa? What does it mean? A, do you want coffee? B, do you want tea? C, are you bored? Or D, are you leaving? Put your answers in the comments. That one's a tough one. Don't worry if you're unsure of question 4. We haven't studied it today. Comment your answers, A, B, C, or D, for questions 3 and 4. Let's take a little look. I'm just going to give you a couple of minutes to see if you can write your answers. Just going to give you a minute or so more to write your answers. You're all doing so well. Thank you so much for being here. We're almost at an hour of the live now. I'll probably keep going for a little bit longer, as long as you guys are happy to do that. Let's take a little look. Any ideas? See if you can comment. Okay, I'll go for the answers. So I'll let you know. What does this usually mean? It means C, probably no, or probably not. Good. And number 4, fancy a cuppa. This means, do you want tea? Because we say cuppa as short for cup of tea. Because in English, we are lazy. We are lazy. I'm sorry to say it. We are lazy. So we just say cuppa instead of cup of tea. Well done if you got that correct. I see in the comments that one person got that correct. Well done you, and well done if you are watching this live after it has finished and you got that correct as well. Well done. Really good job. Okay, so I'm going to just ask a little few questions now. See if you can comment in the chat. What do you do in your free time? Do you play any sports or instruments? Are you watching any series or learning anything new right now? Let me know in the comments. I'm really, really interested to know. In my free time, I like to read. I love to play my guitar. I like to do exercise. I love going to the gym. I don't particularly play any sports. I used to do synchronized swimming when I was younger. And I love swimming. I still love swimming, but I no longer do it regularly. But I do go to the gym. And I play the guitar. And I also like to sing. So that's kind of an instrument. It's a vocal instrument. And right now, I am watching a few different series and movies. I am watching High Potential. This is an excellent investigative journalism, not journalism as such. It's like an investigative criminal case study, and it's very interesting. It's inspired by I think there's a similar French one as well that it's inspired by, but it's so gripping. It holds you. It takes you in. You have to know what comes next. And I'm also watching The Big Bang Theory, which is really funny. If you haven't watched it, I would highly recommend it. Each episode is only about 20 minutes, so it's great to fit into your day. And right now, I am trying to get better at using technology. I am learning how to live stream today. Yay! So that's something that I'm learning to do. So tell me, what do you do in your free time? Do you play any sports or instruments? And are you watching any series or learning anything new right now? Let me know. I'm really, really interested to know. Let me check the comments. Okay. What? I don't know if that's good or bad. Please let me know if the what is good or bad. I do play football and I make videos. I'm learning English. Excellent. Really good. You can say I do play football. It's for emphasis. Or you can say I play football. Your verb is play, so you don't technically need do, but it's good for emphasis. So you're like, I do play football. It's like an emphasis we use sometimes in English, but it is correct. Well done. In my free time, I watch series. Excellent. What series do you watch? That sounds like a lot of fun. That sounds really, really fun. What series do you watch? Let me know. That sounds great. Okay, I will move on. So I'm going to teach you some useful idioms, okay? These are excellent ways to sound more native-like in English. We have the idiom, bite off more than you can chew. This means take on too much. This is when you have too many things to do and not enough time to do them. Bite off more than you can chew. Bring home the bacon. This means to earn money or succeed. A really nice one. For example, I don't know, you could say, my mum brings home the bacon. Spill the beans, reveal a secret. Spill the beans about the latest gossip. Reveal the secret. Too many cooks spoil the broth. This is an excellent cooking idiom. It means too many people make a problem worse, and it comes from the idea that if you have more than one or two people in the kitchen, it gets a little bit chaotic. There's too much going on, It's like, spatulas and everything's everywhere. There's, food on the floor. It's too chaotic. Kitchens aren't big enough to support many people. That's my belief. I need to be alone in the kitchen. So too many cooks spoil the broth. Too many people make a problem worse. And on cloud 9, this means very happy. I'm on cloud 9 teaching this live English class, and piece of cake is very easy. For example, we could say learning English is a piece of cake. Of course, it takes time and practice, but by the end, it will be a piece of cake. See if you can comment a sentence using one of these idioms. I look forward to reading them. See if you can comment a sentence using an idiom. See if you can comment. I will wait for you guys. And let me know if these idioms are new for you or if you knew them already. That's where I can make sure that the lesson is more accessible for you. Thank you so much. There's 4 people here. You are so nice. Thank you. I try my best. I always believe kindness is the key to happiness, and helping other people is one of the best things that we can do for each other in this world. The world can be tough sometimes, so bringing a bit of joy at the end of the day is what is needed. So yes, see if you can comment and see if you can comment a phrase or a sentence using one of these idioms. Let's see. Just wait a couple more minutes to see if anyone comments. These are very useful. All of these idioms I'm giving you are incredibly common. I am a firm believer in only teaching useful English content. So all of these idioms are very useful. We use them almost daily in the UK in British English, and a lot of these are also used in American English, so they're equally as useful. Okay, I'm only familiar with 2 of them. Which 2 are you familiar with? Yeah, if that's correct. I'm sorry if I say it wrong. Yeah, which 2 are you familiar with? I'm on cloud 9 watching this class. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that you're enjoying the class. I'm enjoying teaching it, so that's fantastic. I'm really glad that you're enjoying the class. See if you can comment using the idioms, if you can. These are so useful. A fun story with too many cooks spoil the broth. My grandparents, since I was very, 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 very young, have looked after me when I was younger, a lot on the weekends. Now I live far away. I live in Ecuador, but they are in the UK now. And one of their biggest sayings was, too many cooks spoil the broth. Because my grandparents in the kitchen, that's the only time they would argue. They were fine, they were calm, they were chilled. But the moment they're in the kitchen together, the food's going wrong. So I always think of them when I teach that idiom. Too many cooks spoil the broth. The bite off more than you can chew and the piece of cake. Yeah, that's great. That's great. Yes. So the others are new to you. So bring home the bacon, spill the beans. These are all fantastic idioms to learn. Okay, I will move on. So, just to finish, this is my last question of today, because I have to know which house you're in. Which Hogwarts house would you be in and why? Comment. Put it in the comments. Would you be Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, Slytherin, or Hufflepuff? I have to know. Let me know in the comments. I'm really curious to know. I have to know. I believe I would be a Gryffindor. I believe I would be. I don't know why. I just feel like I would be. I just feel like if Harry was a Gryffindor, I feel like Harry's quite He's quite into his technical reading. Yes. Which house would you be and why? Which house? Which house, guys? Which house? And have you read Harry Potter or just watched the series? Let me know. Have you watched the films series? Or the series of films, sorry, or have you watched, or have you have you read the book? I tried watching the films, but I much prefer the books. I read the books when I was about 8 years old before I went to Florida, and it was an amazing experience. I actually got to go to Universal Studios when I was 9 years old, and I got to see the incredible Hogwarts remake of the buildings and everything. And I remember there were wands and they were selling all this different stuff, and they had owls. I remember I bought an owl from the Harry Potter world section or place. It was really, really cool. So yeah, which Hogwarts house would you be in and why? I also would be Gryffindor because I like lions. Oh, that's a great one. I love that. I also think that there's a lot more magic associated with Gryffindor, and I just feel like the Sorting Hat would choose for me to be Gryffindor. I just feel that way. That's what I feel. I want to be Gryffindor. I really want to be in in that movie. Yes. Anyone else? Feel free to comment. Which would you be? Are you a Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, Slytherin, or Hufflepuff? Let me know. Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, Slytherin, or Hufflepuff? Oh, okay. I will not be in Gryffindor because I'm an introvert. Ravenclaw, I don't know. I'm not that smart, lol. I'm sure you are very intelligent. Slytherin, I don't really like their common room. Also, a lot of Slytherin become dark wizards. Absolutely, they definitely do, for sure. For sure. Hufflepuff, perhaps? Yes. I think, based on what you've said, I think you would be a Hufflepuff. And I'm so here for it. I think that's fantastic. I never saw Harry Potter. Okay, you've never seen it? I highly encourage you to watch one Harry Potter movie. I think the first one was The Philosopher's Stone. I would highly recommend watching it or reading it in English if you're comfortable. Fantastic books and films. Really, really nice. Really, really nice if you can. Okay, excellent. Cool. So that is the end of, well, almost the end. It's not quite the end of this live. I just want to thank you so much while you're all here for joining my first live stream. I'm sorry if I've been stuttering and stumbling over my words quite a lot. I've been feeling quite nervous. I've never done a live before, but I hope that it's been incredibly useful for you. I've got 3 more speaking questions for you. What did you eat today? What hobby did you do yesterday? And what are your plans for the weekend? See if you can comment those things. I'm really interested to know. And I'm just really grateful for you for joining this live stream. If you have any suggestions or any ideas of what you would like me to do a stream on in the future, it will be my pleasure to do that for you. And it's been really great having this opportunity to share my knowledge with you. And I really hope it's been useful. Of course, you can rewatch this live stream whenever you want to. It will be on the live feed section on my channel. And I'm just really grateful that I get to do this job and I get to support people. So if you have any English related questions, or you have any worries, or you're confused about certain words, or you would like me to go more in depth about something we have looked at today, of course, feel free to comment, and I will answer any questions you may have. So just to finish, what did you eat today? What hobby did you do yesterday? And what are your plans for the weekend? Today, I ate for breakfast. What did I eat for breakfast? This is a test on my memory. For breakfast this morning, I ate. What did I eat? I had a boiled egg, and I had a cup of tea, or I had a cuppa. You know, I'm lazy. I had a cuppa. I had a cup of tea. What else did I eat? I had granola. I ate granola with yogurt, and I think that's all I ate for breakfast. What hobby did you do yesterday? Yesterday, I didn't actually do any hobbies yesterday. I was working all day and all evening, but the day before yesterday, I went to the gym, and for a little while I was singing. And what are your plans for the weekend? This weekend, so tomorrow morning, I am working in the morning. I am teaching some one-to-one classes. If you are interested in one-to-one classes, you can go to the link tree in my profile and book through my website. So I teach one-to-one classes tomorrow morning, and then after those classes my boyfriend is going to be playing football, so I'm going to watch his game and hopefully his team will win. And on Sunday, I don't think I'm planning to do anything. I think just relax would be nice. What about you guys? What are your plans? Let's take a little look at the chat. Okay, I ate eggs with sausage. Yesterday I played video games with my friends. Tomorrow I will go out with my family. Amazing! I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Thank you so much for joining this live. I'll just give it a couple more minutes to see if anyone else wants to comment. But that's amazing. So sounds like you've got some really nice plans. And please don't forget to subscribe if you like this type of content and you're interested in learning more. It would be amazing to do more of this and to have more people in the future as well. And let me know what days and times work for you for live streams. I personally really like this time of day at this hour, if it works for you guys as well. I think it's a nice time, 5 p.m. Ecuador time. Because I'm originally from the UK, I'm originally from England, but I am now living in Ecuador. I've lived here for the past 2.5 years with my boyfriend and his family. I don't have any plans for this weekend. That's nice. You can relax then. You can have a nice, relaxed time. That sounds really amazing. Well, thank you all so much. I am now going to end this first live stream. It has been a pleasure to teach you, and I hope you have found it really useful. Even after this stream has ended, you can of course review it again, and it would be so amazing if you could comment what you would like me to prepare for the next stream, or if you have any questions, or if you have anything that you would really like me to make a video on as well. I will more than happily do that for you. Thank you so much for joining me today. The pleasure has been mine, and please subscribe for more content, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon. My plan is to live stream again next Friday at 5 p.m. Ecuador time again. I will be posting on social media the times and days if I am going to do more, but for now I think I will stick to one stream a week unless all of you are more interested in having more than one session. Let me know about that. I'll just reply to this comment. It's morning time for me. I was just woke up. So you want to say I have just woken up. I haven't eaten anything yet. Yesterday I was studying English, excellent. This weekend I will study English and art, and Try to chill, not trying, try to chill. Amazing, that's wonderful. And thank you so much for joining. I am really, really grateful. You have all been incredible and so collaborative and interested and engaged in the tasks, which has been wonderful as a teacher. It's so lovely when students want to get involved, answer the questions, and ask questions too. So, thank you all so much. I wish you all a wonderful weekend. If you're interested in looking at my other videos, please do. I've got loads of short videos already and quite a few long form videos on complex grammar topics and football vocabulary if you're interested in that video. But thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic weekend and I look forward to streaming again soon. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Bye. I'm going to end it now. I'm going to stop streaming. Thank you so much and have a great weekend. See you in the Thank you so much. Have a nice weekend. I look forward to seeing you in the next live stream.